Hi everyone. We have been going through a huge leap the past days. I think it started around the 16th, 17th, and it's huge. I feel we cannot drink out of the 3D faucet anymore. Before there was still nutrition in some way in it for us. But now it's becoming damn right toxic. So the moment you steer off into habits or behaviors that are of 3D frequency, it starts poisoning us. It's not nutritious anymore. And it's funny, I talk about nutrition a lot lately because there is so much more to nutrition than only the food we take in. The last video I made was about that the South Node being in Virgo and the collective North Node being in Pisces. We start seeing that a lot of us cannot maintain our old habits, way of doing, ways of eating in literal sense, but also ways of input is also a form of food that we cannot maintain anymore. And this has been going in a rapid um, catapult. We have been catapulted the past days into another timeline where we feel we still need to settle down a bit. Like, okay, what happened? Um, but in our daily routine it's not the same anymore. I don't know if you guys noticed, you cannot maintain your same ways of doing anymore, and there's also no going back because we're walking on this very thin line. Before we would have a broad road, we could sling left and right a bit. It didn't give us a lot of feedback from the universe, so to say, or your Kundalini, if you're really in this Kundalini awakening like I am. But now, if you steer just a fraction to the right or just a fraction to the left, we immediately get feedback. Um, that exhaustion, annoyance, frustration is really real right now because the faucet of 3D is not one we can go to anymore. It just makes us sick. So, okay, then we really now are in between, sometimes in the 5D in between, but the 3D is done. There really has been the past days like a cutting. It was a big cutting that took place. Um, So you might be feeling out of sorts. You don't know uh, how to um, how to be at the moment. Um, I wouldn't call it a void because there's still a lot happening. But this you might be feeling a void in combination still with huge transformation that's going on. And we are really being asked. No, I think it's even harder than this. We are being demanded to become an autonomous, authentic individual, to stop pleasing, to stop pretending, to stand in our truth, and to let go of all the conditionings that are just never been us, and it's becoming heavier and heavier to maintain them. So the ascension process is going so fast right now, and a lot of you guys are experiencing a tremendous exhaustion together with it. it's not strange because the how do you say that, the input is just like that faucet analogy. um, we cannot drink from that faucet anymore, so now we need to look for another source to give us that nutrition, and that is not immediately um, a smooth transition, you know. So our systems are searching for yeah. I always, when I talk to you about the energies, you guys, I always get these pictures in my mind, so I'm just explaining them to you. It's like you've been born and your eyes are closed and you're looking for the nipple of the mother, you know, just to get your nutrition going again. But in the beginning, that's a search, and you don't know how, and you don't know, because before we were connected with this navel, do you say that in English, navel string, this you know, this tube, what we are connected with the mother, so we didn't have to think about how to get our nutrition or to decide what was best for us. And now that cord has been cut, and we really need to start becoming more active in making decisions for the right nutrition for us. um, it's not an easy time frame, you guys. There is since Neptune and Saturn are in Aries, in retrograde. This is not, you know, when they were in Pisces is, there was not um, action required of us. It was more of a bowing down for the whole, and letting it heal us. But Aries is a completely different game. It's asking of us um, to start initiating ourselves to become active in the path that we want to walk, although we don't see it very clearly on a cognitive base, because Aries is completely not about clarity. It's just this animal hunch, this very primal intuitive hunch, that just like with this little animal who just been born, it's an intuitive primal hunch to go search for the nipple of the mother to get the nutrition. And this is where we are in right now. There is nothing mental about this. It's about getting in tune with our gut. That's why a lot of people at the moment experience lower back problems, bloated bellies, lower chakra uncomfortableness. Exhaustion has a lot to do with blockages in the lower chakras, because there's where the life force lies. The first, second, and third chakra give us a lot of life force and power. So if you are struggling with immense exhaustion at the moment, consider meditating on your lower chakras, because there is a lot of work to be done at the moment. The conditioning is also often in the lower chakras if it comes to 3D conditioning. So a lot of people might be feeling stomach indigestion, constipation, diarrhea, as I said, bloating, and in the lowest chakra, the how do you say that? A pressure, a deep pressure, and it's a different pressure as it would be from a kundalini activation, because that pressure feels different, but it's more of an opening of the first chakra. And how does the first chakra let us know that there's work that needs to be done? It's lower back It's from our organs in the front, our yeah, literally saying our genitals can be what is talking to us. A lot of people might be experiencing differences, fluctuations in their sexual energy, like all of a sudden having a very low sexual energy. Some people may be experiencing an abnormally high sexual energy. Let this be for a while, because the first chakra needs to recalibrate, and this is not that something that is going to last. It's working through all the downloads that it has been getting the past days. So yeah, lots of change going on, and the grounding is something that is not only because of the letting go of the 3D conditioning, but it's also, as I said in my short a few days ago, at the moment we don't have strong earth energy going on in our energies. It's all about Aries, it's about Aquarius, it's about Cancer. So no earth, and for people who have already a lot of water or air or fire energy in them, this time frame is really downright challenging to stay rooted into the ground, especially if you are on top of it in an accelerated waking up process, whether it's just a normal waking up or whether it's a kundalini. Both of them usually don't materialize a very rooted, grounded posture. And why is that? It's actually quite beautiful. I don't know if you guys notice, but when you are in an awakening process, usually you are not very grounded at that moment. And there's a reason for it, because when you do have a lot of energy, you spend it on the wrong things, because you still haven't crystallized this new consciousness, this new way of being. And I know what I'm going to say, you have to give me the how do you say that? I'm right in this, because if we would have had, some people already have gone through a waking up process. So let me ask you, if during the dark night of the soul or during a kundalini awakening, if you would have the energy to go and do things, would you have been as disciplined when you didn't have any energy and you needed to do breath work and you needed to do shadow work and you needed to meditate and you needed to confront your blockages in order to regain your health? I don't think so. So often the last stage of awakening is you're getting your grounding back, and grounding is where you get the energy, because Mother Earth is supplying us with energy to do things on the earthly plane. At the moment, if I look at my life, I'm doing a lot of inner work. I'm in the midst of a kundalini awakening. So the priority of doing things on the earthly plane isn't as big at the moment. The potency and the urge to do spiritual work at the moment in the esoteric realms, so to say, is very profound. So there is where all my energy is going to. I'm not saying I'm not aware of my first, second, and third chakra. I'm aware of it very much, and In meditation, I go through every single chakra, but the energy isn't going. I'm not getting it from a lot from the earth, because universe is simply cutting that away from me. I have channeled my guides a few months ago, and this is what they literally said. Um, that I will be experiencing still for a longer time a lack of energy, um, because they know me. If I would get the energy, I would use it to go out and go for walks or hiking, or go out and about. That's who I am. I'm a pretty outgoing person if I have the energy, especially if it comes to nature, or if it comes to, I'm a Virgo, so earthly work is not. I'm very accustomed to earthly work. So at the moment, I'm not getting that energy, because I need to spend all my energy in the inner work. So if you guys relate to this, try to trust that later on in the process, God, universe, whatever you like, your higher self, whatever you like to call it, will provide you again with a strong connection to the ground. But as long as there is recalibration happening, as long as you are in a use ascension process, as long as your kundalini is burning all impurity away in you, you will high likely, sometimes when you're in a kundalini awakening, you will have these energy peaks, but they won't last long. So I'm talking about a stable energy level. You will regain it when when you burned everything away that needed to be burned away. Then you will stabilize again, and groundedness will happen. And this is uh, God's way of telling you you're ready to put what you have learned into more action if it comes to interaction with the earthly realm we are living in. But when your body is telling you that it is completely exhausted, that your nervous system is fried, then that is a clear sign that your number one priority is inner work, is self-love, is boundaries. It's me, myself, and I. There is just a time frame, and I know for a lot of us, being egocentric or selfish feels unnatural, because empaths, light workers, are naturally so empathic to the world around us. Really, I am uh, like in the peak of that. Yesterday I was sitting outside and I saw a bee crawling by, and he missed a wing, and he constantly tried to wanted to fly up, but he couldn't. I really felt so much sadness for the bee, because I looked at the sky and it was going to rain. You get the picture. I feel I feel compassion and empathy so much for all living creatures, but I need to first um, accomplish is not an accomplishment. I need to be compassionate and selfish for my own well-being, in order to maybe in a later phase of my life I can give more to the outside world. But that's not the case at the moment. The fact is, and I find it also very difficult. I sleep a lot, I rest a lot, my world is small, you know. I spend a lot of hours in the bedroom just laying down. It's not even sleeping, but it's laying down, because my nervous system, so much energy is oozing through my body, that the only thing I can do is just let it happen, because there is simply no energy for other stuff. Yesterday, I wanted to go to the park to lay down in the grass, and as I was walking towards it, I really felt the life just flow out of me. So I just walk back, and it frustrates me and it irritates me, but at the same time there's nothing I can do about it. So I just went home and I just went sitting on the couch again, because that's what apparently my life, yeah, my life needs, but also my body needs. So yes, as always, I've loved to hear from you guys. If uh, I think, and I feel a lot of souls who are already for multiple years on the path of awakening might be experiencing also a Kundalini awakening. Um, Often this is the last phase of the purging out of impurities. I would love to hear about your experiences right now, what you are going through, and speak to you next time.